First is materials. You want to use something that's soft for your shirts if you're making this for someone that you want them to actually wear it, because let's be honest, some of the shirts out there, they feel like sandpaper. So I chose Bella Canvas. Luckily for me, they were on sale for $6.99 a piece instead of $9.99 a piece. And I chose orange because it was their wedding colors. For vinyl, I went with black and white scissor. This one, you get 2 sheets of 11.8 by 24 inches for $10, normally $23. And this vinyl weeds like a champ, and it's smooth. I love it better than Cricut vinyl. Instead of throwing away the sizing stickers, I like to peel them off and use them to estimate where I want to put my design and how big I want it to be on the t-shirt. This tip really helps with my cutting. I use an empty roll of vinyl and I place it underneath the mat on the edge. It's going to roll with the mat to keep everything nice and level, and it's going to prevent your material from lifting up because sometimes your material will come off when the mat is bending. Since I got a bright pad, I am a big fan of this. So some people weed on the mat and use it as another hand, but if you don't want to weed on the mat because you simply can't see, so like for white vinyl, I like to do this, I'll tape it with painter's tape onto my bright pad. That way it's not going to go anywhere when I'm weeding, and it's just like weeding on the mat, but I can see the lines. This is a horrible thing that happens when you do not triple check to make sure that your project is mirrored when you're doing iron-on. So when you're switching from paper projects to iron-on projects, sometimes it's in the back of your mind, you just forget it, even though the program tells you, did you mirror? Did you need to mirror? Yeah. So if you can read what you're reading, you're probably in a bad position. And let me tell you, this was horrible to find out later because there's a lot of little pieces here that I edited out, so it looked super easy to weed, but it was kind of a pain. So if you can read your project easily when you're weeding, you're probably made a mistake and forgot to mirror it. If it's backwards, then you know you're off to a good start, because when you flip it over, that's when you want it to be readable because it's going to be on someone's shirt. Yet another fun adventure that happened with this project, overlapping. I thought I was advanced enough to heat up my vinyl and apply 2 layers at once. I am not. So after it cooled off, once I pulled off the first part, it was fine. When I pulled off Boss, it was fine. It was the I am the that had issues because I put that down first and then put the Boss on top. So there was a part of the plastic that went underneath and adhered to part of the Boss. I swear you can't even make up these mistakes. It just happens. So what I ended up doing was I just ripped it off like a band-aid. Ugh, it irked my soul. I tried really hard not to rip the actual vinyl and was able to put that plastic sheet back on and heat it down to the actual shirt itself. You can see it lifting up a little bit, but then I just smashed it back down and good to go. And you literally can't even tell that that happened, and only you and me will know that this mistake happened. When you apply each piece of vinyl, each layer comes with a protective sticky piece of plastic, and it may be tempting to throw it away, but if you're going to do multiple layers like this one, you need to save it so that when you're applying the second layer, you don't mess up the first one that you applied, because it's going to make some weird creases or could even burn your vinyl by simply not protecting it with that extra layer that it needs. Alright guys, that's all for today's video. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, go ahead and give me a huge thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel for more content from me, and leave me a comment down below on what else you guys want to see. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!